Okay, hello everybody. Hello, how's it going? What is going on, my friends, and welcome to the stream. What's up? What's up? Well, after 8 straight days, today's finally my last consecutive streaming day. Finally. I know normally I don't stream this many days in a row. And threw everyone for a loop this week, but looking like next week things will hopefully get back on track. I don't know if they'll be back on track permanently or not, but I am here. How you guys doing? I hope you guys are in a good mood and good spirits. I hope you're ready for some fun gameplay today. Today we got some pretty good stuff on the agenda to talk about, okay? All right, let me open my window. Hold on. I forgot to open my window in my office. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, what's up, what's up? Let's talk. Let's talk about what you can expect today. Let's talk about what's coming up for the next week. And, the schedule until next week when I have my next day off, okay? So, today, we're continuing on with Granblue Fantasy Versus. We're going to keep doing the RPG-style campaign of the game. Excuse me. We did this for the major stream yesterday. And it went pretty well. It was entertaining. I would say the plot is interesting, although albeit it's kind of slow moving, much like any real anime, which is what they're going for. They're going for like an anime style story. What I liked is that we got to play with 4 different characters. It sounds like the landscapers are outside. God damn it. That's right, I forgot today's Wednesday. See, I'm all thrown off. I'm not used to today being my last streaming day of the week, or the consecutive streaming day of the week. So I'm actually thrown for a loop. So they're probably going to hear some landscaper noises outside. I apologize for that in advance, guys. So, yes, I enjoyed playing with 4 different fighters yesterday. The first fighter, Gran, was kind of very basic. I would say kind of like, the Ryu character of the game. He had a fireball, a dragon punch style move, and a kick style move. And then we switched it up and moved on to Catalina. Was it Katarina or Catalina? I think it's Katarina. I can't remember. But she was a little bit better. I would say she has more range. She has a longer poke with her sword, which made her better by default, and her moves seem to have better range. But in general, same kind of build as Gran, only seemed like slightly better. Then we started playing with Lancelot, and Lancelot seems like a rushdown character. He's fast. He has multiple abilities to get him around the stage, including teleporting and dashing all over the place. So it seems like he's going to be a mix-up rushdown style character. And then we started playing with Charlotta, and that's really where it kind of mixed up a little bit, because Charlotta is this tiny little elf with a giant sword, and she doesn't have a lot of range. She's very short range, but she has a lot of tools. She has a couple moves that we haven't really tried yet, but a couple moves where she can move across the screen quickly and do multiple hits. She has a flip move that I compared to Akuma in either Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter 4, where after the flip move, she has like all these options. She can do like a diving attack, she can do like a ground slam, or she can do an air throw, which is nice, leading into other follow-ups. So she has some good mix-ups from what I've seen, and an auto parry, which we haven't even tried yet because we haven't fought any opponents but a boss with her. But being able to auto parry when an enemy is attacking could be a huge positive in a fighting game. Okay, now we don't know what the parry actually does yet, but I guess we'll see. Today we're gonna play more with her. So far, out of the 4 characters, 3 different fighting styles seems pretty unique and fun. Now I know the game has way more characters than that, so we're gonna see today as we continue on with the story mode. What other characters we play with, what we unlock, and go from there. So it should be fun. It should be pretty fun, and it should be interesting, and it should be another 3-4 hours. Now, the thing is, I've been told that if you just focus on the main story missions of the campaign, it's about 5 hours long. But if you're actively doing the side content, meaning the grinding side missions that are there to actually get extra level up and get extra items, and if you're drawing, meaning you're using the draw tickets to try to get better weapons, and you're upgrading and everything, that the game could be upwards of 8 hours long or longer. So we'll see, continuing on today, how long the campaign actually is. Maybe we'll beat it today. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll have to do a little bit more to finish it up this weekend. But we'll see, because that's the main focus of today's stream. Okay? So I hope you guys liked it yesterday and continuing on with more today. Later tonight, the late night stream is something finally, after months and months and months of playing Pokemon Sword, getting through the campaign, collecting all the Pokemon. Tonight, I complete the Pokedex in Pokemon Sword. Finally! It took forever, man. But we finally got there. So there's 8 Pokemon left. One of them I'm going to get off stream, because the only way to get it is to evolve an existing Pokemon you have with the 3DS undocked. Excuse me, I said the 3DS. With the Switch undocked, and you have to flip it upside down. Playing the game upside down, you have to evolve this Pokemon. As stupid as that sounds, it's the only way to get it to evolve into its new form. So I got to do that before we stream. And then on the stream, the final 7 Pokemon. And that's going to be the conclusion of Pokemon Sword for now. Meaning, we will resume it in a few months' time when the first major DLC releases. It's actually going to be in, I believe, June, I want to say. And that's going to be... I forgot the name of the region. But it's a new region. Lots of new Pokemon added to the game. It should be pretty fun. And we'll be doing that because you guys enjoyed the Pokemon Sword playthrough so much. You know, as not only an ongoing major playthrough, but then as a chill stream to collect all the Pokemon. That it will be a fun new playthrough coming up later this year. Okay? So, finally, for those who've enjoyed the Pokemon stuff, I hope you guys will join me tonight for the conclusion to get them all and finish the Pokedex. Should be pretty neat. Okay. So, good stuff, my friends. Tomorrow's my day off for the week. Although, in reality, it's not going to be much of a day off. I have 2 different appointments I have to make during the day. That's why I have a Thursday off this week instead of my usual Tuesday. Because there was 2 things I needed to do, and they both had to happen on a Thursday. Like, well, it is what it is. I'll be running around all day long. I'll be super busy, but I'll try to enjoy the day as much as I can with a little bit of free time I'll get with my wife. In the meantime, I hope you guys will take the opportunity to get caught up on all of my playthroughs on DSPGaming on YouTube. Alright? So everything I do, as you know, I archive there on YouTube. And if you can't make the live stream, especially with a lot of the stuff I've been doing this week, if you haven't caught up, I hope you'll go get caught up over there. Okay? Then I'll be back on Friday. Alright? And that'll be a fun few days of streaming. Before my next day off, which will actually be a real day off finally. Friday, the continuation of Mega Man 01, and hopefully the conclusion, because people are telling me I'm really close to the end, and then the start of Mega Man 02 on that stream on Friday, okay? And then, Friday night, my weekly throwback Street Fighter stream, where I play old school Street Fighter for a couple of hours. You guys really seem to enjoy this, and I enjoy doing it, so that's Friday night. Saturday will either be the continuation of Mass Effect 2, or more Granblue Fantasy. And depending on if we finish the story or not, will determine what the next segment of Granblue Fantasy will be. Okay? So I guess we'll see, how we do today, and that'll determine, the next segment. Saturday night is another stream of Morrowind. That's right, Elder Scrolls Morrowind, which we only have just scratched the surface of. We'll be getting a little bit further into it with the first major quest lines and everything coming for Saturday night. Then Sunday, whatever I didn't play on Saturday, I'm going to be playing. So if I played Mass Effect 2 on Saturday, it'll be Granblue on Sunday. If I played Granblue on Saturday, then it'll be Mass Effect on Sunday. Okay? And Sunday night will either be more Morrowind, or maybe at that point I'll actually want to delve into more complex Granblue gameplay, or maybe do an online stream of it or something. So it's going to be one or the other for Sunday night. And then on Monday, probably more Mega Man, and that'll be paired with Minecraft, okay? My weekly Minecraft chill stream Monday night. And then on Tuesday, it'll be my regularly scheduled day off, okay? So basically, today, all day streaming. I'm off tomorrow. 4 straight days of full-time streaming, and then another day off. And then we're back to, hopefully, the normal schedule. Hopefully nothing else, hinders my normal streaming schedule and screws it up. But we'll see. Again, I've been very lucky. I keep telling you guys, I've been very lucky the last several months where I've been able to consistently stream the days that I want to and haven't really had anything interfering with it. So I could basically take every Tuesday off and then stream, the other days. But this was just a week where that couldn't happen. But hopefully we can get back onto that schedule starting next week, okay? Now, next week, okay, new release, Neo 2, next Friday. So what I'm hoping is maybe with Mega Man, we will have beaten 0-1 and get through 0-2 by then. And then probably we'll put the Mega Man collection on hold after playing through 2 games. I think that's enough, for now, as we focus in on the more major releases. So then more than likely what it'll be is Mass Effect 2, Neo 2, and Granblue as my 3 games, major games being focused on. Granblue at that point, what we're going to do is determine if it's a game that I feel that I want to keep playing as a full-time game, or maybe it's a game that I only want to do night streams on, because it ends up being just like a kind of online multiplayer or whatever. I don't know. All right, I guess we're going to see. So there's lots of new games this month with Neo 2 on the 13th, I believe it is. And then a week later, a double new release with a Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing. So I'll be juggling all these games. Like I said, the Mega Man collection is fun to play in the short term, but I don't think that I'm going to be doing too much, excessive gameplay with it. I know the collection has 6 games, the Mega Man 0ZX Legacy Collection, but I'm probably just going to play the first 2 for now, and then put the other ones on hold for a later date. Okay? Good stuff? Alright, I hope so. Alright, outside of that, the subs goal, my friend. Subs goal for this month is 675 subs. As you can see, we have had advancement and we are getting closer to the goal. So, if you subscribe to the channel, you guys know all the benefits you get, right? You get emotes. You get the fact that you don't have to watch ads when I run them during the ad breaks and stuff like that. But the cool thing is if we hit the subs goal for the month, okay? Then we're going to do a special celebratory goal of another viewer's choice playthrough. Now, I just finished Donkey Kong 64. Okay? And that's great, obviously. And, finally the viewer's choice playthrough is over. God, that game takes so long to finish. I had no clue that game was as long as it was and how frustrating that game was going to be. Okay? But it's over with. Finally. Thank God. Okay? So, the next viewer's choice, what will it be? I have no idea. But we have to hit the sub goal in order to make it happen. So, please consider subscribing to the channel. If we hit 675 concurrent subs, we'll be doing a next viewer's choice event, and I'll be setting it up and everything. Then, if we do hit that sub goal, there will be a tier 2 sub goal for the month. But I'm not going to reveal what it is. All right? Not until we even come close or we do hit the first sub goal, then I'll talk about it. Okay? All right. All right, guys. So, I'm trying to think. I think I've covered all the bases of what's going on right now. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good to go. Okay, let's move on to the next segment of the pre-stream, everyone. Thank you for 11 awesome years where I've been able to be a content creator on the internet and on a daily basis share my gameplay experiences with all of you. It's been an amazing ride. Every day, having fun, the fun ability to share my passion and my hobby with all of you, being a lifelong gamer. I realize I'm one of the very few people on this planet that gets to do what he loves for a living. Not many people get to say that, right? I'm incredibly grateful, incredibly lucky, and incredibly happy to know that you guys find value in my opinions and the way that I play games, and sharing those experiences on a daily basis is pretty damned amazing, okay? Pretty damned amazing. So thank you for that. It certainly has not been a smooth ride, though, And one time I was a full-time YouTuber, past 3 years now, and actually it's official. It's been about 3 years now that I've been a full-time streamer, because it was a roughly 3 years ago. I think it was as of yesterday that Zelda Breath of the Wild was released. And if you guys remember, I became a full-time streamer like 2 days into my Breath of the Wild playthrough. I just 100% went headlong into being a full-time streamer. So it's been a 3-year anniversary now of being a full-time streamer. A big change for me, man. It was, converting into being interactive with you guys on every stream was a huge step. In the right direction, by the way. But it was a huge step. So thanks for an awesome ride the last 3 years. It's been fun. That being said, I primarily rely on your crowdfunding during the live streams to make ends meet now. It's not like it used to be where I just made ad revenue on views on videos on YouTube. YouTube is just my archive now. I don't really care about YouTube anymore. I don't make content exclusively for YouTube. All it is my archive streams. So, if you like the fact that I am here 6 days a week at least, full-time, streaming for you, if you like the fact that I still archive all my streams over on YouTube, so if you don't have a chance to be here live, you can actually watch them on demand later on at a future date at your leisure, right? If you like everything I do and you want to see it continue, please consider contributing via one of the following methods I'm going to outline on the stream, because this is how we keep stuff going. That being said, before we even get to a single method by which you guys can contribute, I will say something up front, okay? Contributions are greatly appreciated, but they are not mandatory. My streams are free to watch here on twitch.tv. It is not expected, nor is it demanded that you contribute anything on one of my live streams. Now, is it helpful? Absolutely. I consider it going above and beyond just being a standard stream viewer for you to go out of your way and contribute in any way, shape, or form. Okay? Please understand that. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. This is not a fundraising stream. This is a fun gameplay stream with interaction in it. Now, if people like what they see and they want to go above and beyond and contribute, thank you so much. That's what keeps it going, and I'm so appreciative of so many people who step up and support the streams on a daily basis. But I don't want anyone feeling like the odd man out if they can't contribute. I don't want anyone feeling like, oh, man, now I feel like a jerk because I can't contribute today or whatever. That's not the case, okay? Very much not the case. I'm happy to just be sharing my gameplay experiences with you guys. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I ever monetized anything because it was my hobby. I would continue to live stream in some capacity, albeit a very reduced capacity from what I do today, but I would still live stream moving forward in the future, even if I couldn't monetize it the way I do today, because I love it. All right. So thank you very much, everyone, for your support. I appreciate that. Now, let's talk about the ways that you can contribute. First of all, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil, which is a pledging campaign. When you pledge to my Patreon, you earn personal perks dependent on how much you pledge to the campaign each month. Thanks to everyone who pledged in February. I hope that you guys at this point have checked your inboxes and responded if you're interested in getting perks for the month. For anyone who is a current contributor, thank you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, give it a look yourself. Patreon.com/darksidephil. It outlines all of the information about perks and everything there publicly, so you can give it a look. And thanks to anyone who does contribute. It is much, much appreciated, okay? Now, I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise, particularly T-shirts, but there's a lot of other stuff there, including sweatshirts and stickers and mugs and all kinds of fun stuff. I can definitely attest to the quality of the products there because I own them. In fact, today, guys, I'm wearing one of my Teespring shirts. I'm actually wearing one of the oldest designs, right? The Crown design. This is one of the ones that I love the most. I think it's been on there for almost 3 years now. And it comes in multiple colors. You can get all red. You can get this one, which is gray and pink. And you can get this on shirts. You get this on sweatshirts. You get it on a mug. I actually own a mug with this design on it, too, because I really like it so much. Now, this shirt I've had for 3 years is not worn out at all. I wear it all the time. I wear it, at least once a month, if not more than that. So this shirt has been worn frequently for 3 years, and it never wore out. It's not stretched out. You know what I mean? My shirts on Teespring, I actually I set up the more expensive material because I want you to have a better quality collectible, okay? But at the same time, it means less money for me, and that's okay. That's why everything on my Teespring is very reasonably priced, so that way you guys can get a cool collectible for not a super expensive price. I don't really care about making money doing it. The reason I sell that stuff is fan service. Like, no lie, I probably make like $2-3 a sale on everything on my Teespring. So go give it a look. Teespring.com/stores/DSPGaming. Thanks to anyone who does give it a look and considers buying something. Okay? Fair enough? All right, moving on. If you're here live on the stream, chances are you probably would like to contribute in a way that's going to get you noticed on the live stream. Maybe get a little bit of interaction with me, a shout out, etc. So if you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to the channel, or you tip me during today's live stream, I'm going to give you a thank you shout out during the stream. Okay? Keep in mind, your messages should be in line with the channel rules, without being insulting, without derailing the stream, no song lyrics, no giant paragraphs, etc. As long as you're within the channel rules, chances are I'm going to give you a nice shout out, and interaction is a huge part of my live streams these days. So thank you to anyone who does contribute, and and for any kind of interaction. It's awesome and appreciate it. Now, as you see at the top of the screen, there's a stream stats leaderboard in effect. What I will do is update this periodically with the top cheerer and top tipper of the stream. It's a way to get more extra recognition for your contributions if you are one of those people. In addition to that, there's 2 other leaderboards that are live tracked right here and integrated into Twitch itself. That's the top cheerer of the week and the top sub gifters of the week. And I actually give shout outs to those people as well during the course of the stream. So they'll actually just be in a few minutes here. So, very nice. Thank you again, guys. With all the stuff that I just described, you may be wondering, okay, so what's the best way to contribute and help fill out? You just mentioned so many different things. Well, in all honesty, the best way to contribute is by tipping me. And the reason I say that is because tips I get immediately, and I can put towards things I need to put them towards. Coming up in the next couple of weeks, I have to make 2 different tax payments. I have to make a major payment for a process that I'm currently in right now. And of course, I got to pay all my normal bills. I got to go grocery shopping. I got to buy games. Next week coming up, we got Neo 2. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of expensive stuff coming up. And it's your tips that help me with all of that. So if you tip me, those are funds I get immediately that I can put towards these things. And that's why it helps a little bit more. Now, if you cheer or you sub, buy something from my Teespring, etc. Those things are all very helpful. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not looking to gift horse send them out. If that's how you guys would like to contribute, please do. And thank you very much. But it is the tipping that helps me a little bit more than everything. So being matter of fact and honest, if you can tip, please do. Okay? Fair enough? All right. So how do you tip? I'll tell you how you tip. If you look below the stream, there is a tips jar button that you can click on. Or you can type !tip into the stream chat. All right? Either way brings you to my PayPal tips page. On that PayPal tips page, you have a few options. If you have a registered PayPal account, you could leave a tip that way. Or you can contribute with a debit or credit card. I just tested this myself live yesterday, and it does still work. So I'm not sure why some people were saying, oh, that option doesn't exist anymore. It absolutely does. It was right there for me. So don't know why that was. But, it's definitely there. If you don't see it, I recommend you reload the page in full desktop mode, meaning if you're on a mobile device or looking at a mobile version of the PayPal site, you may not be able to see those options, but those options definitely exist, okay? So please consider contributing if you can and tipping me if you can. That's the best way to contribute, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, as a public service announcement, I say something on every one of my pre-streams, and today's no exception. I care about you guys. I want to make sure you guys are protected from malicious activities on the internet, and I want to make sure that your identity is safe and that you're safe from harassment online. What that means is that you should probably take some precautions, especially if you're considering contributing during a live stream, to make sure that no one can get your information and harass you for it. You have no idea, seriously, how much public information is really out there. Just think of some of the common things. Having a Facebook or a Twitter account, an Instagram, a Snapchat, being a member of forums. There's so many things out there that are public information that you'd be shocked how much people can get. It's just from your Facebook alone. They could probably find out who your family members are, who your friends are, where you hang out, maybe where you work. That's a lot of information that could be used against you by a malicious party, okay? Now you may be saying, I don't understand. Why would a malicious party come after me? Why would someone try to harass me online? I'm just no one, right? Just because they can. In 2020, I hate to say this, we've gotten to the point in society where there's people out there who are just so messed up. They hurt people just because they can. They know they can get away with it anonymously over the internet. They don't get anything personal to gain out of it. Instead, they just get their jollies off by doing it. Wow, I actually get I get some feeling of satisfaction by hurting others anonymously. It's fucked up, but that's how these people are. It's sad, in a lot of ways. But that's the society we live in. So you got to understand these people exist, and you should do what you can to protect your information and your identity. All right. In particular, if you're going to contribute today, let's say you're going to tip today on a stream, I strongly recommend, okay, that you do not use your real name or your real information or even the name associated with one of your social media accounts. Well, if you're going to tip me today, there's a couple things you can do. You could tip completely anonymously. That protects your identity. No one would know it's you. Or you could completely make up a name from scratch that has nothing to do with you or your real life persona, right? So that's what I recommend. Do yourself a favor. Use your due diligence. Do not throw out your real information there. You'd be surprised to know how many people get harassed online on a daily basis. I mean, namely, I'm one of them. That's the last thing you want, is to have to be putting up with a bunch of nonsense because of someone who's just really messed up and wants to hurt you, and you accidentally had so much info out there, then they could do stuff to you. All right, so hide your identity. Do what you can. That, by the way, that goes for anyone's stream, not just mine. You'd be surprised what people will do. Okay? All right, guys. Now, what I'd like to do now is outline the rules of the stream. Okay, first of all, I'm streaming on twitch.tv, which is a business. That means I have to abide by all the rules and regulations of said business. That's why I can't just say and do whatever the heck I want on my streams. I have to, be in line with what's expected from a streamer on Twitch, so please understand that. But in addition, I have my own code of conduct and set of rules that I uphold here on my streams to try to maintain a certain chill vibe. Let me explain what that means. When you come to my streams, I want you to be able to relax. I want you to forget about all the stresses, all the nonsense, all the annoyances of your real life, and come here and kind of unplug and just zone out. Watch me play a game. Enjoy my commentary and my honest opinions on said game. Watch my interactions that I have with people on the stream chat. Maybe you can have your own interaction with me, etc. That's the point, okay? The last thing I want is for someone to come here expecting to be relaxed and have a good time, and instead it's drama, 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 and all kinds of annoying stuff that's bothering you. That's the last thing that I want to happen. So because of that, I have two major rules that I enforce on my streams. The first rule is that we don't talk about politics and religion. Sadly, these are topics that I found in the 11 plus years I've been a content creator. People just can't seem to have civil conversations about them. They can't agree to disagree. They can't see from someone else's perspective. In particular, they seem to get really nasty with each other when they talk about these topics. Just very, very, very offensive. And what I found is allowing these as topics of discussion on my stream just derails the stream constantly. The last thing you want is to be watching Granblue Fantasy Versus, and then you turn to the stream chat to see what people thought about the new character I'm trying out, and you got people arguing about Joe Biden and fucking Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. Like, what is this? What kind of a chat is it? What am I doing here, right? That's the last thing I want. So please understand that. Please understand that's why it's against the rules to derail the chat with that kind of conversation. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right. Thank you for understanding that. Now, if we're playing a game that has political or religious, tones to it, if that's part of the plot of a game, that's a very different situation. If it's in context to what we're actually doing on the stream, that's very different. But in general, these topics would derail a gameplay stream, so please understand that's why we don't just bring them up. Okay? Now, the other thing we don't talk about is the group of people out there who on a very constant basis are out to basically ruin my life. They defame me, they slander me, they make shit up, they spin stuff to be overdramatic and controversial that's not. They have all these crazy conspiracy theories constantly, and they do it because they get personal benefit and they get a feeling of satisfaction out of it. It's messed up because it's gotten to the point where it not just involves me, but it involves my family members. It's constant harassment at this point, and I know it exists. There's people out there who benefit from it financially, which is really fucked up when you think about it. People are doing immoral, illegal things, and there's nothing I can do about it because I don't have money to sue them to stop them, okay? So that being said, we know these people exist. There's absolutely no reason to bring them up on my streams because it does two things. First of all, it would derail my stream. It makes us, instead of focusing on something positive, it takes us to a realm of negative. And we don't want to do that. We want people to have a good time on the streams. We don't have people arguing about negative things and toxic things happening outside of my stream, because that stuff doesn't happen on my stream, right? Secondly, it gives undue attention to people who don't deserve it. There's some people who come in here and innocently will say, oh, Phil, you know someone's stealing your content or said this about you today and blah, blah, blah. What you do when you do that, you're not really alerting me to anything, because I'm well aware that that stuff goes on. All you're doing is you're giving undue attention to those people who don't deserve it. So please understand that. It is against the rules to bring that crap up. Okay? And know that, I understand it exists. It's, it will exist, and there's nothing I can do about it. So us talking about it doesn't benefit anything. That's why I just briefly mentioned it on the pre-stream here without specifics, and then we move on, and that's it for the rest of the streams. Okay, guys? Fair enough? All right, thanks. Now, let us move on to the third and final segment of the pre-stream, the gratuitous plugs. This is the gratuitous plugs. I keep screwing this up. It's not the gratuitous plugs. It's the shout-outs. Why do I keep saying gratuitous plugs in the final segment? I don't know. It's like the third day I did. But anyway, this is the segment where we say thank you to those who contributed. We start up some intelligent and fun discussion. We have a little bit of back and forth before I get into the gameplay of the stream, which will be more focused on the game. Okay? So, first of all, thank you to Tanamounder, who did an overnight 100-bit cheer. I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much for that. And excuse me, because I just burped. Kanye Glover in the cut tipped me $1.30, and that was actually the very first tip of the stream. So let me get him up on the leaderboard here. There we go. Okay. That gets us up to the $1 tip to start. Thank you. All right, and he says the following. I'm not going to be here for most of the stream today, but have fun. All right, well, thank you, Kanye Glover. My mouse is giving me problems again. Thank you, Kanye Glover. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for getting the tips started today. Then we had someone who idiotically came in here and did a 300-bit cheer, had a name that they thought would be insulting to me but isn't. Okay? Then they brought up that I bitch about games constantly. I don't. I only bitch about games that annoy me, and that's not all games that I play. Say I lie about my debt. I don't. I never lied about my debt. In fact, my debt is public, so there's no way I could lie about it. Then he says, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes bankrupt by the end of the year. I filed for bankruptcy publicly, so that's nothing special. It's like, this is probably like the biggest epic fail message ever. First of all, the guy cheered 300 bits to say this. And then everything he says is like wrong or stupid. Like nothing here is actually insulting at all. All he does is regurgitate public knowledge that I've publicly talked about myself. So, okay. Thanks for probably one of the worst attempts at trolling I've seen in quite some time. I appreciate the 300 bits, though, stupid. All right, continuing on. Bernie Sanders tipped me $1.88. He says, Phil, I'm once again asking for your help. Can you spare money for my campaign? No, I cannot. I can't spare anything. Right now, I am penny pinching. But Bernie, good luck. You're going up against smoking Joe Biden. And, we all know how that goes when you're facing off against the Democratic National Convention people and how they like to destroy you. So, it is what it is. Good luck. Anyway, thank you, Bernie, for the tip. I appreciate that. Alrighty then. Okay. A Golf 1 subscribe to the channel for 4 months. Thank you for the resub, A Golf 1. So now, let's take the opportunity to give a shout out. Let's see here. Let's take this opportunity to give a shout out for the top cheers of the week, shall we? All right. In 10th place, we've got Snoutfoot. In 9th place, we've got Uzi Gohar. In 8th place, Beatsis. Actually, I take that back. There's a tie for 7th place between Mother Goose and Beatsis. So, there you go. In 6th place, Cyber Shadow, 248. In 5th place, Shizzle Boy. In 4th place, Mr. Papavera. 3rd place goes to K-Styles 1998. 2nd place is Mature Adult. And 1st place, Old Yeller for the win. So thank you guys for your support via cheering this week. It is appreciated. Now, also, I'd like to say thanks to the following people who gifted subscriptions this week. We've got Big Papa Phil, who gifted 1 sub, and Kameshart 101, who gifted 1 sub. But then, in first place, Cliffy Bureau gifted 8 subscriptions already this week, and the week is young. So thank you guys for that. Again, we're trying to get to 675 subs so that we can hit the sub goal for the month, and we can do a fun viewer's choice event. Okay? So please consider subscribing if you can. That's pretty much it. Let's check sub count right now. Let's see here. We're at 650 subs, so I'm actually pleased that I checked that because we actually went up a few. That's great. We're only 25 subscriptions away from hitting the monthly goal, guys. So, hint, hint, please consider subscribing, okay? Guys, that's really it. It looks like the contributions, we've gone through them all. So, what I'm going to do, I will take a brief... Oh, Quantrill Bishop's Snoutfoot gifted me a sub. Why isn't he on the leaderboard? I don't know. That's actually a good question. Because I know for a fact that Anonymous, 1 or 2 months ago, had gifted a bunch of subs. And he doesn't show up on that leaderboard. So I don't actually know what gets tracked on that leaderboard. That's a leaderboard that Twitch runs, not me. So I have no clue what goes into the tracking or anything for it, or how we can do anything to actually fix that. It seems just like a bug. There's been a lot of bugs recently with Twitch. Another one of the bugs that's happened that I've noticed is, you know how I do the special perks for certain streams. So when I play Throwback Street Fighter, I make it so that you can use your channel points to select fighters for me to use during a Street Fighter stream. When I play Pokemon, tonight I'll be doing this. When I play Pokemon Sword, I turn on the ability for you guys to use your channel points or Penne points to pick characters that you put in my party. And people will pick certain Pokemon they want to see in the party all night long. It's funny because we've had certain running jokes or certain Pokemon are like always in the party or whatever. Or people will pick either Pokemon that are super useful or super unuseful. And it's been a good variety during the playthrough. It's been great to do that. Well, those aren't working anymore. I turn them on and they barely work. Like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I tried turning on the Street Fighter one last week. Didn't work at all. So then I turned on the Pokemon one. But the Pokemon one worked, but not the Street Fighter one. And it let me kind of scratch in my head like, what? I've been using these for like months, and now all of a sudden they don't work. So it seems like there is a hearty helping of annoying bugs going around Twitch lately. Another person actually told me that they're not really getting the notifications anymore when I go live on stream. Like, they don't get the email anymore that says Phil's streaming. So, you guys know when I'm streaming. Very rarely am I not streaming at the same times on the same days. It's a rarity if the schedule is different. That's why I try to remain consistent so you guys know what's going on. So in a case like this, if these notifications don't work, at least you still know when to come by. Okay? So, there you go. Thank you guys for understanding, and sorry about all these bugs lately. Sucks. The Great Zamboni just did a 100-bit cheer, and that's actually the first legit cheer of the stream. That's not from a dumbass troll. So let's get him up on the leaderboard here. Okay, hold on. I put a space there. There we go. Okay, and the Great Zamboni says the following. Which game did you hate more, Crash Team Racing or Donkey Kong 64? Oh, by far, Donkey Kong 64. I'm sorry. Crash Team Racing was very annoying and very challenging. But, okay, that being said, okay, hold on a second. It functioned. It worked properly, and outside of some insanely challenging stages, okay, it was basically fun. There were many times when I played Crash Team Racing that I actually had fun with it. The online play was pretty fun. So that game was decent. Donkey Kong 64, at its core, is a collection quest. All right? It's a collection quest that's not fun. It's very, very frustrating. You know what I mean? Like, what I would say is the core gameplay mechanics of CTR are fun. Yes, there's a lot of annoyances and there's a lot of nuances to it to make it a more challenging game at a high competitive level. but it's a very fun game just regardless. Donkey Kong 64 is not a fun game regardless, at least for me. Like, a collection quest game is not super fun for me. And the thing is, there's been other collection quest games. Mario 64 was really the first one. Banjo-Kazooie was another. That are much more better, they're much more well executed than Donkey Kong 64. It seems like DK64 is designed to waste your time. Like, it's literally designed to stretch out the length of time you need to play it to beat it. And I don't like that. You know, give me a game that's meaningful content constantly, not, 400 different mini games, all of which are frustrating, and maybe 2 that are fun. You know what I mean? That's what I just don't like that. So the thing is, it's hilarious because as I was playing Donkey Kong 64, there are some people that were like, man, this was one of my favorite games of my childhood, or one of the biggest games of my childhood. I was told it was like the best-selling game of 1999. And on a lot of people's countdowns of the best games on the N64, it's like number 13 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a big countdown, best games. It's number 13. All right. What I can say is this. I understand why. The game has a tremendous amount of content. Tremendous. I mean, look how long it took me to beat the game. I was playing it fairly consistently for viewer's choice, and it took me, what, a month and a half to beat it? I was playing that game since January, right? So, yeah, I mean, that game is, for a Nintendo 64 game, that's incredibly longer. You know what I mean? Incredibly longer than many of the other games at the time. If you were looking for bang for your buck, you know what I mean? It's huge. You know, one of the best values of the 90s for a video game. But it doesn't mean that it holds up. A lot of games that were good once don't hold up. Recently, I played Mario 64. I feel, even though that game does have a lot of shortcomings with the camera, it still holds up today. You know? I played Banjo-Kazooie, and I actually really enjoyed it, even though there were a few really annoying things in the game. I really enjoyed it. I don't feel Donkey Kong 64 holds up at all. I think that it's very outdated. I think it's very frustrating. Okay? So, the other thing you gotta realize, okay, is the N64, although it was a popular console, all right, didn't nearly have as many games made for it as, say, the PlayStation 1 or the Super NES or any of the other consoles around that time frame. Like, it really didn't have a vast library of games. Why? Because it was still on cartridges. It was actually incredibly expensive to develop for. So, even though you're saying, oh, this is one of the best games on the console, fair enough, but you're saying on the console. You see what I'm saying? If you actually compare Donkey Kong 64 to all the games from 1999, I would probably say there were probably way better games on the PlayStation 1. Like, no lie, they're probably way better games. But if you're looking at Nintendo, okay, first party Nintendo stuff on N64, yeah, it was probably one of the better games, see? So for me, definitely CTR, a much better game than Donkey Kong 64. All right, just being honest here. And I hope that you guys understand that I'm not trying to shit on the game unduly or hate it. I just didn't like it. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you don't have the right to like it, especially if this is a game that you have nostalgic feelings about. It doesn't mean that you don't have the right to like it. A lot of people in this day and age, for some reason, they can't get it through their heads that the world is not black and white anymore. And, I'm not even kidding you. During the course of me playing Donkey Kong 64, just because I didn't like it, people were, oh, Phil, I can't respect you anymore because you don't like Donkey Kong 64 and you shat on it. It's like, wait, what? So because my opinion differs from yours, right? Because not that I'm making stuff up, I'm citing reasons during the playthrough why I don't like the game, right? I'm giving valid reasons why I don't like it. I'm telling you why I feel it's outdated. I'm telling you about the issues I'm having with the controls and the camera. Glitches that happen during the game. The fact that some of the mini games are nearly impossible to beat, right? I'm explaining all this stuff to you guys. But I had, like, a few people, no lie, people who were, like, regulars on the stream, come to me personally and complain and say, I don't like that you're shitting on Donkey Kong 64. I had one person who actually said, I'm not going to be your fan anymore. I'm serious about this. like, wait, what? So because I don't like a game that you liked, and I legitimately am giving reasons why I'm not enjoying it and I feel it didn't age well, you're just going to never watch my stuff again. Like, okay. I mean, I hate to say it. If that's the kind of person that someone is, that just proves that, number one, that's a fair weather follower. That's a fair weather fan. That's, as long as you're playing the stuff that I like and you're liking it, I like you. But the moment that I have a disagreement with you, I hate you. I mean, what kind of a mentality is that to have in life, right? And number two, that shows great immaturity. You know, it does. It just shows great immaturity that you would have that mindset that someone can't have a differing opinion than you and you can still enjoy the stuff they do. That's why, again, guys, that's why on my streams, we don't talk about politics and religion. God forbid one day I come out here with a political or a religious stance and people don't agree with me, and then, I can't ever watch Phil ever again because, but wait, what does my political or religious stance have to do with my gameplay streams? Nothing. But I don't care. I still can't watch his gameplay, right? That's why we don't talk about those topics, because there's people like that, So it is what it is. All right, let's move on. Mature Adult cheered. He says, good morning, Phil. I'm launching a butt shuttle and watching the stream. Hope to see some high energy gameplay today. Well, I hope the butt shuttle was on time, and I hope that you had a safe departure. Yes, I'm looking forward to more Granblue Fantasy here as well. Okay, so good stuff. All right, guys. All right, it looks like that's it. We got through all the contributions and everything. Let's take a short break. I'm gonna run and use the restroom, and then we're gonna get. My mouse is screwed up again. Then we're gonna get started with some fun Granblue Fantasy versus RPG mode. Continuing on with the story. We beat 3 chapters. I don't know how many chapters there are, but there's 2 more islands to go on. So I'm assuming there's at least 5 chapters in the game. We're going to play one with Charlotta, who I just unlocked and only used her for a boss fight. So I didn't really get to use her abilities or combos yet. So we're going to use her a little bit more and see what else we unlock in the game and go from there. Okay, guys? All right. Let's take a break. I'll be right back with gameplay. But in the meantime, go use the restroom or whatever, you got to do, and go from there. Okay, guys? Thanks. I'll be right back.